Hi everyone, my name's Teresa. Thanks for joining me. 2 days ago I got out there and worked on that boxwood that's out front. I had to wait for the little birdies to grow up and leave the nest. So they left the nest and I started to dig it out, but then I changed my mind and decided to cut it up in topiary form. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I did record an opening with it, but the volume didn't work right on it for some reason. So I'll give you the gist of it. The first thing you want to do is pull your branches down and look inside. Find your main trunks going up, and because you want to keep your main trunks. Then go at least 2/3 of the way up near the canopy and get rid of everything to the ground except the trunks. You don't want to cut the trunks. So I'm going to show you how I did that. You'll see me pulling that stuff out, going like this and like that, you know, because I'm showing you the trunks and I'm showing you how far you want to go up, and that's to the canopy part of the bush. Trim all that off and then work on each individual trunk that goes up, and you want to take out all the dead, all the broken stuff, and try to shape it into, I eventually want mine to grow into a spear form. So, and it's going to take it 2 to 3 years to recover. You'll get a quick glimpse of the one that I did a couple years ago. One of them, one of the branches close to the fence, it's finally filling out, but it's still going to take it probably another year to look really good. But where I had trimmed the bush back last year and too far when I went to trim it, all that dead was on that front side towards the road. So it will take it longer to recover than the other side. From up on the porch it looks good, but when you go down in the yard it doesn't. But like I said, be patient. When you do something like that, it will recover. It just takes it a while, and that's all part of gardening, is being patient with your plants, giving them time, let them recover. So hopefully in a couple of years it'll look really good. I've kind of wanted 2 topiaries, one on each side of that walkway anyway, so I thought, why not give it a try? And if I don't like it, I'll take it out. Right now I'm going to live with it. Anyway, let's get started on the video. I'll show it to you. You will see me dressed different because, like I said, I recorded this 2 days ago, and I hope if you decide to try this, you'll be patient with it. Take your time. I didn't record it from beginning to end because it took me over half the day to do it, and that's because I took my time on it, making sure I was cutting out what I needed to cut. Don't get in no hurry is the main thing. You don't want to get in a hurry when you do something like this, because you want to pick out what to keep and what to take off. So I took off, you know, the main body of the plant, shaped up my tops, and then I went back and I had to trim up the branches at the bottom. You know, you can leave like, I left like stubs sticking out. I had to go back and trim up again just to be able to get in there and get it all cleaned out. So come on along with me and you'll see what it looks like in the end. So let's get started. First thing you want to do is pull your shrub open, look inside, take a good look at it, all the branches in there. You know, you pick out your trunks you want to leave, because that will be what you will take the top and turn into your topiary form. But all those branches around it, you'll take all those out. You pull off all the little new growth that's coming off. You can pull that off with your hand. You'll be able to get in there and get into dead debris that's fallen out. If you get in there and find your plant is diseased, you'll probably want to just remove it, get rid of it. But I wanted to try this with this before taking it out, because I'd always wanted a topiary on both sides of this walkway. And I did go out to start taking it out, to dig it up, but then I thought I'd just go ahead and try it. Should you do this project, you'll want to take probably the whole day, because you don't want to get in a hurry. You want to take your time. And here's where I've already trimmed some of it back, pulling some of the debris out. There's Tom So that's where I'd started to dig it out and changed my mind. Thought I'd try the topiary. But I will have to go back and trim up where I had started cutting it off. Own up and get the rest of those stubs out. But see, like this new growth, you just pull it off with your fingers. It's no trouble. But Tom, what are you doing? He's my baby. Found him in a flower pot. Starving to death. Brought him home. See, like here, I'm showing you where I'll have to go back and cut all those off. And I did it that way to get it, because it was easier to do it that way. So you can go back later and cut it all off, because you have room now to navigate around your plant. Here I'm on the other side working on it. Just take your time, get in no hurry. You know, choose which ones you want to remove, which ones you want to keep. I kept mainly the thickest ones to do mine with. You want to pick out how many trunks you want to keep. I think I kept 5. But I'll let you watch, what I'm doing. Now, not all shrubs are good for doing this too. Boxwoods are, because their growth habit. A lot of shrubs aren't, because they won't form that thick topiary head that you'll want. But I spent most of the day on this, so that's why I didn't film the whole video from start to finish to show you all of it, because it would just took way too long. But cut out the thick undergrowth, the main body of it, clean out around all those trunks so you can see really well. Now here is where I trimmed it up last year. The front part of it, I cut into it too far, so it died back, but it's growing back, so I'll go in there and I will clean out all of the dead pieces one at a time to see how much growth is left and see whether it's worth even trying to keep this as a topiary. And of course, since I've made this video, I apparently decided to. But just take your time doing this part if you've got a dead spot on yours. And take out all the dead, one little piece at a time. And any part where you had trimmed your bush back before that had died back, all the way around, take that out. So that's what I'm doing here on the back side of it, just taking all that old dead out from where it had been trimmed back over the years. It's not a hard project to do. You just got to have patience. Now see down at the bottom, I've still got that to trim up. And here's what it was looking like so far. Once I got that dead out of the front. Now this one on the left, it don't have as much new growth as the one on the right, but it will fill in over time. You just got to be patient. And I've got these two. I've got to make sure that, they space. You want to make sure there's space between each one of your branches that you're keeping as a topiary head. On this one, I'm trying to decide whether I want to keep this here that I've just pulled back with my hand or take it off. I've not decided yet. Just keep looking at it and decide which part you want to remove, which part you want to keep, and then start shaping it into a ball form. I will show you my other topiary later in the video that I did a couple years ago, and it's filled out really nice. I've still got to get it shaped up or trimmed for the year. But over time, they will fill in. Now here's where I've got it, most of it done. I'm just shaping it up some. You have to tell yourself when to stop, because if you don't tell yourself when to stop, and just let it grow. You can cut it back way too much. Then it would either look horrible or it will take it even longer to recover. So here's what it looked like when I got finished. Sorry, I had my camera pointed way too high. I didn't realize it. But given time, yeah, I think it'll look pretty good. Just gotta have patience with it. And I'll give you updates on it. You'll see it in other videos. And by next year, except for the one on the front left there, it'll take it a lot longer than it will the rest to start filling in and shaping up. But it'll get there. It might take it a year longer than it does the rest. Still got a couple of branches in there. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep or not. I'll decide that later. But right now, I think it's looking pretty good, and I'm going to stop at this point so I don't cut it back way too much. And I decided to add some fertilizer into the ground, so that's what I'm doing here. As you can see with my little sign I put on the screen. If you get a chance to water really good the day before you do this project, do that. I didn't know I was going to do it till that morning, so I will keep it watered for a few days. But if you get the chance to water it the night before you start the project, do that. It'd be better for your plant, especially with how warm it's been here lately. So I'm giving it a really good soaking, and then I'll do that, like I said, a few more times. But I think it turned out pretty good. This be the second time I've tried this. Should you give your bush another try before yanking it out? Give it a second life. Any questions, put them in the comments below. I'll be glad to answer them. I will keep you updated on how this shrub looks over the next couple of years, and I appreciate you watching.